Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Mind Voice, the podcast that loves to go in depth with individuals and concepts externally and internally. After a month of no posting, no nothing. I'm sorry, guys. I left you guys out and high and dry. I miss talking to a camera with no reaction. You know, it's very AI of it. I appreciate everybody that's been on the grind with me, sitting there, listening to what I have to say, even if it's like informative information or if it's just me going on a spiel. I love that you guys value my opinion as I value yours. As every day we grow, every day we grow, and every day we show that we grow. As corny as that sounds, I just want to get to we're getting into fall. And seasonal depression. You start to feel it. You start to become like the trees and shit. You start to fall like the leaves. Oh man, that was so corny. You start to fall like the leaves and you start to wilt in a way. But we all lose things in life. We lose our hair, we lose our teeth, we lose our sight, we lose our parents, we lose everything. And some individuals think that part of life is ridiculous because they're like, oh, they're entitled to having a phenomenal life. But the thing is that the great form of suffering is that it brings us empathy. It brings us perspective on what life is, because I can live and I can live and I can live and I won't have any perspective for the next individuals that's suffering. This is why this podcast is created, because I just wanted to simply be the person that was never there for me. Have these conversations that get deemed and get canceled and get demonized, and there's a huge ruin streak of, oh, this person is using violent language, and oh, this, like, thoughts are allowed to have, people are allowed to have thoughts, and we cannot demonize people for having thoughts, because then it's just gonna be a wolf dressed as a sheep. They're just the people that you hate are gonna be around you, manipulating the ideology on what you picked up. What I'm attempting to say is that anybody who supports you or tries to support you, they don't. They're the wolf covered in sheep clothing. That's what I just said. It's very sad to see. It's very sad to experience. But today I really want to help the individuals that don't really know how to control their emotions with anything, in all generality, of not knowing how to interact with their friends when they want to set a certain boundary, or don't know how to allow someone to kind of have that perspective of creating that boundary, or even experiencing negative friends, negative family members, negative individuals that just come, like, you can just be on the bus and these people will just on you. And I'm just here to say, from the best person, he has the greatest name ever created in the fucking universe, Abraham Lincoln. I'm going to just say this one quote by him. Do not judge them, because if you were living in the same experience, you'd be thinking and acting like they do. And with that being said, you have to understand the individuals around you, that empathy, this is where empathy and perspective play a part. Because someone's anger has nothing to do with you. Someone's venomous actions have nothing to do with you, and everything to do with them. I'm not sitting here to just go on a spiel about negative people, because negative people are not always just like, I always say it's a blanket statement. There's always, it's like it's like layers, donkey. It's like layers, like what Shrek said. You keep unraveling the layers. First you see anger, then you see loss, then you see grievance, and then you see sadness. And that's where perspective happens. It clicks into you, and you let go of that certain entitlement that everything is always about you, and you stop taking everything so personally in your life. Because with these negative individuals is that they don't have an open form of discourse. You can be handling it's not a fucking horse. You can be talking to someone, and they will be committed to misunderstanding what you have to say. As an individual, having no respect, when some people just don't when some people are committed to misunderstanding what you have to say, you have to walk out of the conversation. It doesn't matter if they call you a pussy. It doesn't matter if they're just like, yo, you're weak, you're running away from your problems. No. You're understanding your own value. See, we tend to value others' opinions rather than our own. And it sucks. Because sometimes we have these best friends. Sometimes we have a girlfriend. Sometimes we have a boyfriend. Sometimes we have a brother or sister that never really understands where we're coming from. And they step back and they call you all these names and they do all this vile shit with no real intention on what the purpose really is of having that conversation. Because my intention on going to next podcast episode, and I really don't give a I couldn't give a about getting canceled. Why? Because you're going to love or hate me simply for being me. I am lucky enough to value my own opinion of myself rather than yours. Now, that being said, I'm not going to come being despicable. I'm not going to come venomous. I'm not going to come dehumanizing individuals. I'm opening up a conversation. I'm understanding a different perspective. I have friends that are Buddhists. I have friends that are atheists. I have friends that are Satanists. I have friends that are open for this form of conversation. Just because I have these conversations, though, doesn't make me a part of their ideology. Just as the same when you're having an argument with a significant other or your your father, someone you love. You have to detach yourself from taking it personally because that has nothing to do with you. You are simply a conductor of emotions. Just like going through a breakup, just like going through having an argument and just screaming into a pillow and crying. And you just don't know what to do because it feels like someone took out your heart, stabbed it, sewed it back together, sewed it wrongly, threw it back in your heart, and knowing that it's been stabbed, it's been sewed wrongly, and it's exploding in your heart. That's how it feels to be betrayed. That's how it feels to be disrespected. And that's how it feels to lose a significant other. And with that being said, you have to not take it personally. As easy as that sounds. What comes easy goes easy. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. As corny as that sounds, I really don't care. Because I'm here to simply open a mind. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a thought cultivator. I'm not here to water the seed. I'm here to plant it. It's your decision to let it die or not. I'm simply here to kind of shift your head. Like you'll be looking at a mountain and I'll be like, look at that eagle flying over the mountain. Look how beautiful. I wish I was that eagle. And that's where perspective starts. You start to see it in a different angle, a different view. That's why you see like there's like some therapist or like old school therapist that just show you a picture and it's either a bunny or a duck. It's perspective. Experience creates perspective. Now, I can't just read a fucking book and just become the wisest person in the world. Yes, you can learn a book. You can go to school. You can go to school for being a doctor or a nurse, but you won't know until it hits you that you have to really experience it. Just like if you're a welder, you can read all about welding. You can all do all that shit, but you have to do the work. And I'm not going to sit here and just be like, your emotions don't matter, because they really do. But the reality is that everything around you is constantly evolving, constantly changing. You can't always be like the person you were yesterday. Biologically, your cells are creating it. Biologically, you're not even the same person cells-wise from 2 months ago, a month ago, even a week ago. You're constantly evolving, adapting, changing. For what? Not for them, for you. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And if it gets me canceled, so be it. I'm not here to placate with anybody. I'm not here to be like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. No, I've had conversations that have driven me through the dirt, and it's actually drained me. But I've had conversations with people you think you would, oh, they're a racist. Oh, they're a bigot. Just like there's this thing called toxic masculinity. And I'm not even going to get into that. That's a different episode. That's a complete different episode. Because we're trying to destroy these men nowadays. And it's very clear, it's very true. A lot more men are depressed nowadays. A lot more men watch this. I see the females do, and I hope this helps you understand the perspective of your father, your brother, your friend. It's simply here to add a perspective of empathy. Negative people are not negative. And they're not lost either. They're stuck. They're stuck in two ways. They're stuck in the ways of comfort and discomfort. Either or, it's suffering. It's stress. Discomfort, holy shit, guys. From the beginning, go listen to my first ever episode. You'll feel the discomfort. You'll feel the constant struggle. But I kept going through it. Why? Just like going to the gym. Just like painting a painting. Just like sewing. Just like playing the guitar. You'll suck ass. But when you add that perspective that I simply need to get better, that all adds in. Now, I'm not saying that everything is going to be great. Not everything's supposed to be great. I've experienced it. I should know damn well you have. I've experienced a great loss of pain. Pain is inevitable. Ask Naruto. Pain simply brings in this perspective of, so that's what it is. When you're talking to that negative individual, don't see them as this toxic, stupid ass waste of life. See them as a reflection of everything they've ever experienced, but never really sat back and thought or felt or even thought realistically that you're going to have to get rid of a bunch of bad habits to become a decent human being. Because I'm not going to sit here and claim that I'm a perfect human being. I'm capable of evil, but I don't cultivate it. That's what I really want to get to. Is being capable. Just being capable of something makes you dangerous. Dangerous doesn't mean negative. Dangerous doesn't mean bad. Conor McGregor is dangerous, but you don't see him rocking motherfuckers left and right. Oh, well, that's a bad example. My bad. Logan Paul is dangerous, but you don't see him fucking fighting everybody he sees. I was watching a video of him, and some girl spat in his face, right? He walked up to her with understanding this perspective and just saying, like, I want to be peaceful. I don't want to cultivate this hate. That I don't want to placate this hate, because once you're up here and someone's down here, they'll bring you down. No questions asked, and they'll leave you there. And they'll be so selfish just to be like, I'm done with it. Next to my next victim. And being a victim, the victim mindset depletes everything. It depletes your will, your why, and your mission. I had to sit back for a month to really realize what my mission was. Then I had to sit back for another couple of days to understand what my why was. Well, here I am today, back at it, like a crack addict, and I feel better than ever because I'm just pulling through her. Because I know it's inevitable, because I would get super fucking depressed if I didn't do this. Again, I'm not fucking an educational channel. I'm not Gary Vee. I'm not Tom Bilyeu. I'm not fucking Tony Robbins. And I know damn well they don't see themselves as motivational speakers as well. I'm a thought cultivator. I simply just want to plant a seed. But it's your decision to water it or let it die. With negative people, you continuously have to add that perspective of just, this has nothing to do with me. And it's kind of like viewing someone puking. It's just like, when they're getting all fucking defensive and shit, you have to put your, it's so hard. I'm not even saying this is easy. It's the most difficult thing you will ever have to do with a proper form of discourse. When someone's like, and then they start, I sound like Johnny Bravo there. They start to throw things at you. Don't take it personally. They're just trying to bring you to the level that they understand that you are not there with them. So when you have that perspective, it's like a fifth dimensional perspective of just seeing everything. It's like a bird's eye view, and you're watching yourself. It's as if they're puking, and if they're finally done puking, you're just like, are you finished? And they keep on puking, and they keep on doing all this. But that's when empathy and perspective comes in. Now, I'm not saying sympathy. I'm not saying become friends with the individual that treats you like no, add boundaries. They disrespect boundaries, kick them to the curb. As vile as that sounds. Some people don't even talk to their own family members because of that. And I'm extremely proud of that. Me, I have a lot more patience. I have a lot more patience for people that love me. But just because I have patience doesn't mean you're going to take my kindness for weakness. Because again, I am capable of being a I'm capable of being a but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be an It's easy to be angry, but it's super difficult to be happy, respectful, and patient during a stressful situation. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody that sat here, listened to the whole spiel. Again, I'm going to be having, if it's educational podcast, if it's me just talking to my friends, if me having business owners, I want to talk to people who do crypto, NFT, all these different individuals. It's called Mind Voyage, not Educational Voyage. Everybody has a mind. Everybody is capable of thinking. Everybody is capable of doing. So the difference is here, what's stopping you? What do you want to do that you are stopping yourself from doing? Damn. So keep at her. There's nothing I can say more. To simply just be yourself. And if I was saying that today, I'm just like, what, Abraham? I don't know what to do. When I say be yourself, be the person that you want to be. I understand, like, that contradicts everything, right? But here's the thing. We constantly grow. Our hair is not going to be here forever. Well, except for mine. I have thick ass hair. Our teeth are not going to be here forever. Our life in general are not going to be here forever. Yesterday was different as the same. Same shit, different day. Don't let that be a quote in your head. Same shit, different day. Get 1% better. If it's just one page, it's just one podcast, just 15 minutes of push-ups, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 5 push-ups. Get 1% better every single day. That's simply being yourself, going above and beyond whoever you think you are. Because who I think I am is an illusion. In all reality, I can be completely different tomorrow just by being myself. Because I understand my own value, my own why, my own mission. And that can completely change from my values. But it is what it is. And I'm going to keep on going. Thank you guys. Mind Voyage.